Hmm? Okay, you can start, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir, this is Power BI portal, and I'm going to do Power BI. This is workplace, and first I'm going to do budget and inventories account. This is overview, and whatever is there, I can able to do it in Power BI. First, this is Power BI edit page, and this is visualization. Most of the things I am going to do it in table and matrix.
Bhuvneshwari, tell something. Yeah, that is so. But first thing which I would ask you to emphasize upon is that, yeah, okay, fine, go ahead. Make it up, make it up, make it. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
And where I'm going to start here, and rename I'm going to give, and I'm going to show you lump sum amount. Lump sum company name, document, and the document number, party, ledger primary, ledger name, and party sale. This is my lump sum, and I am dragging this one, and this is my lump sum document, and I'm going to show you. This is, I want to write the title, means I have to go here, and this is my title bar, and I'm going to write whatever heading is there, that heading I can write it here. And this is one, back to report, one minute, sir. Ledger sum. Here, my heading is there in the table. This is my table, and this is my matrix one, and the matrix, whatever is there, I can able to show. This is my table one, and the next sum I am going to show you receivable turnover and payable turnover. Payable turnover, I have to click here, and closing balance. First I have to change it to table column, opening balance, closing balance, party, ledger name, payable ratio. And this is my full screen of the payable turnover. In case I want to write the edit again for this one, title I have to go there, and on this one, and I have to write the payable and this is my payable turnover. Rename
Hello?
Yes, sir, you can able to see my
Yes, yes,
screen,
yeah, I
sir?
can see it. Then you can also show how the profit and loss is going to be made,
Okay, sir.
and how the profit and loss by year in the month and the quarter of the month can be made.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, 1 minute.
An account receivable, account payable ratio, right?
Yes, sir, yes. The first I show you payable turnover and moving average ratio analysis also is there. And moving average analysis, I have to.
Bhuvneshwari, you know, this moving average rate analysis is so useful. Many people don't get the valuation correctly. So you can
Yes,
use
sir.
this, right?
And moving average analysis is very useful, this one. And I have to fill it. First, I have to keep the table. Total balance, stock item. And this is, I will do ready here, title. You can able to see my screen. This is moving average analysis, sir.
Fantastic, 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 Bhuvneshwari.
And next you want to see batch allocation or GST, sir? Receivable turnover. Receivable turnover, I have to go here and I think whatever is there, everything here only, we have to select the headline and we have to put the text and we have to do that one. Table, first I am going to in table, after client, party ledger, receivable turnover ratio. Total. This is my this is my receivable. Well, this is my receivable turnover, sir. And next one, I'm going to show you. Accounts payable and accounts receivable. Date, bill name, company name, ledger, party name, and payable and receivable.
Fantastic, Bhuvneshwari. Awesome.
And thank you, sir. And credit goes to you only, sir. Really. And I know everything, but you guide me really awesome. This is, I don't know how I am going to tell you thanks. This is my title, and I am writing accounts. Accounts. And payable. Payable. This is my accounts receivable and payable details, sir. And in case I see this is we are going down, we can able to see party name and payable and receivable amount is there, everything is there. And next I'm going to show you date dimension.
This you
So
won't need.
here,
This one won't need. That is internal. I've just put it up, but date dimension is not required. Awesome. So you have made 80% of the tally reports. Account receivable, account payable. You can make P&L, profit and loss statement. You can just show the profit and loss statement. You can show receivable, payable turnover, and you can show moving average rate. That is more than 80% of what chartered accountants do.
okay, sir. And
Fantastic.
this is everything is, thank you, sir. And this is my tally. I'm doing this one, don't say. And this is my tally practice. I'm going workplace. I'm going again. And this is my GST portal. GST portal. This one. This is my GST 2A 2B. Well, this is my first page, and this is my summary of GSTR 2A.
Can you increase the volume? Can you just increase your volume? Right. I'm also recording it.
Sir, this is my first page of GST.
Okay.
And this is my GSTR 2A 2B. And what is there in 2A, what is not there in 2B, and 3B also difference is there. And I'm going to show you this audit one, because this audit is very, very important. So I'm going to only show you this audit, and this is my audit page, and I'm going to show you March month. Select all. One minute, sir, 1 minute. This is not matched one. Here mostly GSTR document number, supplier GST number, and the receivable GST number, and not whatever amount is not matched.
And taxable value, right? Yeah.
Taxable value, and whatever amount is not matched, here you can able to see this one. This is all not matched one. In 2A and 3B difference is there. And this is, in case I want to show you only one GST client number, amount, how much is there, I can able to show here. Number wise I can able to show you, and this is different. And whatever matched one, I'm going to show you now. This is all match one in March month. Here also same is there. Document number, supplier GST, receivable GST, and debit and credit mostly it's same. 100% is debit and credit is same one. See here 4,950 debit and credit also same is there. This is matched one. We don't want to bother about this matched one. We want to see only not matched. We have to call the client, supplier and receivable, whoever is there, we have to call that person and we have to ask them to pay the GST 2A. Anything else, sir, you want to show me?
No, ma'am. Then you can show the account receivable, the bill aging one now.
Accounts receivable. 1 minute, sir. Workplace and going. MAS practice.
No, ma'am. There. Yeah. Okay. So this is the P&L, right? Just 1 second. This is the P&L profit and loss monthly view. Yeah. So you can actually show. Now, Bhuvneshwari, one thing is there. You can see if you click on plus indirect expenses, You know, the debit entries are there. So the negative entries are the debit entries, the positive entries are the credit entries. So just because they will ask, so negative entry, it's in purchase account, it's a negative entry. But if it's a sales account, then it's going to be a positive entry. So if you see this, all these are positive entries, they're all credit entries, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. This is my overview. And yeah, whatever is there here, edit, if I'm going, I can able to change. And this is my revenue chart and the back. It is using in through JSON, profit and loss. Sorry, sir, and tally to they are changing to JSON. After JSON to we are extracting to the Power BI. In Power BI, we are doing this. That is very useful for recording purpose. The record purpose is very useful, and we can able to get proper balance here. This is my we can
Ma'am,
able
I
to
would recommend just once again, go to workspaces, ma'am. And if you
Yes,
can just
sir.
go to Tally MIS practice
1 minute.
and go down here.
Workplace.
No, ma'am, you would find it. Yeah, you would, ma'am, just one second. You've done phenomenal. So, ma'am, go down here. Go below inactive customers. Yeah, wait. Go below inactive customers. You'll see the ledger balance project file. Ma'am, this is a very important report. Most
Yes,
companies
sir.
are struggling with collections.
Yes, sir.
Most
And this
companies, you
is
will not, yeah, most companies are struggling with collections. They don't know how to collect their money. This report will give you which ledger has the maximum outstanding, its bill name wise
A
details,
category,
and its
B
complete bill
category
history
also.
details. Yeah.
Yes. This is A category and B category, C category, different is there. And you can able to edit here also. And whatever amount is there, we can able to see. And 1 minute, sir. I will do this only one for you. And A category, if I'm going here, this first one is customer detail, and second one is how much bill amount outstanding is there for a customer. That one, this is showing that one, and the third one, bill history of that a customer. Now I am going to do out. See, this is my this one, and A category only. I'm going to show you A category only. There, bill due date. Bill due date and bill number category receivable and this is also I'm going to in table column only and full screen. This is my A category.
Fantastic.
Bill outstanding. This is bill outstanding. This one.
Yes, ma'am. So this basically saying that this particular bill name, so if you put up the bill name, so this particular bill name is outstanding for more than 1 year, for more than 748 days, which I will show you on this. If you come onto my recorded screen, I'll show you exactly that the same thing is matching. Because I've taken it from a sample data, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Fantastic, Ms. Bhuvneshwari, you're on your way. So I can't give, means we exist to service people like you. So Ms. Bhuvneshwari, I'm just stopping the recording.
Okay, sir.
Can you give me the remote control?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 minute. One second, sir. One minute, sir. 1 minute. Sir,
Okay. See, ma'am, I will show you something here. This is my display. This is my statement of accounts, right? Outstandings, right? This, just for making this consolidated report, it takes months, many a times, because they don't know which one is it. So they don't know the complete history. You have given them complete history here. This is a report and a sub-report in Tally. This is, he's clicking and then it's a sub-report. But here, so this is basically saying this bill reference number, party ledger name, outstanding for how many days, right? Now what I do here is I go to powerbi.com, which you have made. I'm going to that report which you have made. I go down to workspaces. I go down to account receivable. I pick this up. This one, just 1 second. I click this. Now, if I pick up sundry debtors new, right? So sundry debtors new, you need it, right? You want to check this thing. So what I do here is I look at the period first 2017 to 1st 10th 2022. Right? I go down here. Now look at new 2. So you have basically consolidated everything in new 3. So new 3 is 4438800, right?
Yes, sir.
4438000. This is the maximum. Now I need to know since when is this bill been pending. So I have to click here. 2nd May 2019, this bill has been pending.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Now this date is 1248. But here it says, no, wait. So this is 748 from the current fiscal date. And then I want to know, okay, fine, that what are the activities which have happened with regards to this bill. So it shows only one set of activities, but I can pick up this one, which is sales ledger here. Here. So within the sales ledger, if you see, 9296. So bill number 1, which is bill age is 869. This is 9296, right?
Yes, sir.
You see this? This is 9296, 869.
Yes, sir. Correct. More than 1 year.
Is it correct? And similarly, sundry debtors e-commerce. E-commerce does not have anything. So similarly, ma'am, all these reports are coming out exactly correctly. So you're getting it automated, which takes them a lot of time to make. Right now, there are more advanced solutions which we have, which are automation of the collection modules and all, but we are not, that the chartered accountant does not need to do. Okay,
Sir,
Bhuvneshwari, I think, yes.